I was just thinking back to the time when I didn't have any mom friends. And of course, I did know some other moms. Their kids were older, and they didn't live here. So, they would give me advice and things like that. But I didn't have any moms here that like I could hang out with or talk to, or moms who had kids that were, at the time, it was just my daughter, who were the same age as my daughter. Hold on, I'm making breakfast. Um, so yeah, it was a journey to just finding, people that I could relate to, other moms that I could talk to and hang out with. And just yesterday, well, really Tuesday, when I went to an event, well, that was Thursday. My days get mixed up. Thursday, when I went to an event at my daughter's school, and I was walking through the hallway, like, it was like, hey, 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 how's it going? Oh, hey, how's it going? Like, it was a reminder that I have been building relationships at the school, and building relationships with other moms and people that I've gone to dinners with, people that I've texted with and called with, and gone to birthday parties with. Another parent, we just got back from Nashville. Like, they came with us to Nashville for my daughter's birthday, and it all started like with tiny, tiny little seeds, like, hey, introducing yourself, and then, slowly building, friendships. And I think that if you don't have any mom friends, it definitely makes it harder, to parent and to do things with your kids. But I always say that you should, start where you are. So if your kid, like my daughter, was in preschool, and that's how we first started making pancakes and sausage and eggs and grits. Um, sorry. So my daughter was in preschool. That's the first time we started to make friends, um, and get play dates and get invited to birthdays. But it started just literally with an introduction with the other mom came up to me and said, oh, is this your daughter? And I said, yeah. She's like, my daughter talks about her all the time. I was like, oh, really? And then she was like, yeah, and so her and I started talking, and then we exchanged numbers. And then from there, like, we started like setting up play dates. And then, they came over here one time, and then we would go over there, and then we would go meet at different places. And then that led to me meeting another mom. Then the three of us became friends. And then we all ended up at another school together. And then I met other moms at that school. I'm actually going to another mom that I met really the last year and a half. We met. I've gone on several outings with them. We just went from a bike ride with the kids before school started. She had surgery, and she's a stay-at-home mom of four. Her husband works, and I was like, "Girl, what are you gonna do?" Like, cause she has a downtime for the procedure of 4 weeks. And she was like, she's prepared food, like she has stuff frozen, but hopefully kids eat it. And I was like, okay, well, what can we do to help you? What can we do to like make things easier? Do the kids want pizza? That's grab and go. I said, I can go get that today before my day starts. So I'm gonna go over there after I eat breakfast, get my kids together. We'll take a run over there. They're very simple. They want Little Caesar pizza. I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. So I'm gonna go drop off some pizzas over there, to make things easier for her, so she doesn't have to worry about they're gonna eat this, eat that, whatever. She says they eat the pizza. Everyone eats the pizza. I'm like, cool. I'll go drop that off. But it's about building friendships, building villages, and having people that, just like this situation, where, hey, do you need help? Or where someone can say, do you need help? Do you need me to pick up your kid today? Like, how can I support you? Like last year, she was helping me. My daughter was, new to the school. So she was helping me, learn the ropes and what to do and all those things. And I was texting her like, okay, what do I do about this? What do I do about that? And so last year she was like a steady compass for me, getting through school. So yeah, you have to really find ways to just slowly start to build those friendships. So I would say, one, if your kid is in school, preschool, daycare, whatever, start meeting parents that way. If you get invited to birthday parties, go to them. Like, my daughter's invited to a birthday party like every other weekend. And this summer I told her we're taking a pause from birthday parties. Like she went to one 3 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, this is it. I feel like every weekend there's a birthday party, but that's one way where I've gotten to know other parents is through that, and that's I've gotten their phone numbers. Oh, hey, what's your number? We connect through there. Also, if you sign your kids up for extracurricular activities, my daughter typically does gymnastics. I haven't signed her up for it yet this year because she's doing swimming lessons. But they do extracurricular activities. That's another way to meet other moms. So with gymnastics, I've met several moms. Some have come and go, and no longer um, attend gymnastics. But if it's a activity where you're waiting for them, so gymnastics, they go in, you sit on the benches, and you get to watch them, while they are practicing. If it's an activity like that where you're sitting down with other parents, sitting down, as dads come too, but typically it's majority of moms. If you're sitting down with other parents, then that's a way to meet people. It's a way to connect with people. And it's a way to over time be like, oh hey, like I see you here all the time. You guys ever want to go grab lunch, or you guys want to get lunch after this? That's been a way for me to build friendships. And I was just thinking about it like, oh my God, like I went from having zero, zero mom friends here to now having like a huge like circle of moms, every race, you know, just just a circle of moms that I can text or say, hey, what do I do about this, or hey, have you had this happen, or hey, do you want to link up today? And so I'm going to continue building building my community of moms here that I can hang out with because there's other things I want to do. I think I mentioned I want to take a cooking class, a baking class. So another mom I told, she said she would come with me. And I was like, well, do you really want to bake? I don't know if she really wants to bake or not. But if I can find like another mom who really, really is into baking, like I like baking, then I would love to like, hey, let's maybe this Saturday morning, maybe in the evening, let's go take this cooking class together. Let's go do something together. Yeah, because everyone needs a village. Everyone needs someone that they can connect with and hang out with and have similar experiences with, and then watch your kids grow. Because I joined when my daughter was smaller. I joined Mocha Moms. It was during the pandemic though, so there wasn't um, there wasn't very many activities that they were having except for through Zoom and things like that. Um, yeah, except through Zoom. So I eventually left that community because I didn't feel like I was really meeting a lot of moms. And at the time, I think there was only one other person who had like a smaller kid. And my daughter probably was like one and a half, maybe two at the time. And I think that person, their kid was 5. Anyhow, I never really made like connections through that, and I think most of it was timing, just because the pandemic was going on, so there really wasn't opportunities to connect in that way. And I feel like I joined something else. I don't remember what it was. Anyhow, yeah, I didn't make connections through like mom groups, but just the three things that I mentioned: daycare, preschool, meeting, volunteering at the events and meeting parents that way, extracurricular activities, if they do gymnastics or soccer or any of those things where you can sit and you can wait while they are, practicing and doing their thing. You can meet parents through that way. Um, so yeah, there's multiple ways to meet and to connect with people, or you can start your own group, start your own thing, and start inviting people out and connecting with them and seeing, how that grows. But yeah, let me know how you're doing with building friendships, how you're doing with building your community, and how you're doing with, just having other moms that you can connect with. And it doesn't have to always be about the kids. Like sometimes, like we'll text and we'll call, and it's just about, adult stuff. It has nothing to do particularly with the kids. So yeah, just building community. But would love to know what it is that you have going on and how you're building community. and how you were able to make your first friendship or even maybe your last friendship with a mom that you were able to connect with and hang out with, and you realize, oh, hey, we have similar experiences. I would love to know more about it.